All right, he's a three-time Grammy Award winner. His fifth CD, Hot House, already spawned a hit single. And here he is, bigger and better than ever. Bruce Hornsby, everybody.
Hey, I got dressed up for you guys.
I appreciate that.
Good to see you.
How nice you look.
Just for you.
Yeah.
I never took this off. I went to a premiere, Spike Lee's new movie last night.
How was that?
Got dressed up. It's really something.
Yeah, clockers.
Everyone should see it.
Yeah.
Very intense. So we just never went to bed. So
You
just
mean
got
you
the
been
same
up all
thing.
night?
Yeah, just So I
Must have
looked
been a
very
long,
sharp.
must have been a long movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a great movie. Spike's.
Because you walked out here looking like, now where am I now? I wonder.
Now wait a minute. Is that what I
You've
look
been
like?
here with us before. You look just a little dazed, and I said, "There's a story here."
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Up all night.
So where'd you go?
Almost.
Where'd you go after the movie?
We just sort of raved it up in our room, Regis, but we can't talk about that on
In the
national
suit?
TV. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do a lot in the suit.
So tell me about the Cal Ripken night.
That was big. You should have been there. I
We
felt
all
bad for you
watched,
that you
that's for
weren't.
sure.
It was a good way to get a free ticket to the game, to play the anthem. Branford and I have done this a few times. Always wanted to keep it special. But this was the most special of the special of this game.
What was it like to be there?
Well, I got chills about 4 times. I mean, when he ran around the field,
Yeah.
it took his victory lap. It was just really special. Definitely goosebumps.
I'm glad you brought that up because Reg mentioned the next day that he thought maybe that was a press agent's idea or something. It seemed to me that it was very,
very
spontaneous.
Was it a spontaneous idea? Yeah, I didn't know whose idea it was.
I thought it
Maybe
looked
was...
like Palmeiro, Rafael Palmeiro, player for the Orioles, dragged him out. Looked like he kind of grabbed him and pushed him
out of the dugout.
So modest.
Yeah, I think he was reluctant, but it was a great moment. I think it lasted for 22 minutes in the middle of the inning. So it was great to be there, great to be a part of it. So
And did you sing it? And did you sing it well?
Regis, I always bypass that. It's a tough song to sing, so I just play it, and Branford plays the melody.
Oh, I see.
Makes it easier for me. It's a lot easier than coming on here and singing on live TV at 9 in the morning, right?
That's
a little harder.
And the words are...
Well, you know, right? She did the Super Bowl, right? Well, so you know, it's a big range, an octave and a half. So I've never tackled that one. Just play it and let Branford play the melody.
Were you at the Rock and Roll Awards the other night?
No, did you watch that too? Regis is up on this
Was the
stuff.
MTV
Yes.
Reg or...
No, the Rock and Roll
Or
thing.
The opening of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. It was an amazing event. For me, it was sort of like a reunion, because so many of my friends were there. It was a great
worked
place
with so
to
many
be.
different bands.
Gotten a lot of great calls, and a lot of people sort of who've called me over the years were on that show. The reason we were there was very sad, of course. A very special person passed away, Jerry Garcia, my old friend. And
you'd been on the road with them for how long?
Well, I played with them for about 20 months, from 90 to 92, and then after I stopped doing it full time, I would come and sit in maybe 3 or 4 times a year for the next 3 years. I played with them in June at RFK. It was always so amazing to come into that scene, just get a hit of that incredible phenomenon that is the Grateful Dead show. I always loved it. So it was really, obviously, very sad for me when Garcia passed. So this was a nice thing that we could do, sort of a tribute to old Garcia.
Didn't you talk to him about 3 days before he died, Bruce?
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, and he sounded better than he had in ages. He sounded so clear, so great.
He was in rehab then, right?
He had just gotten out of that, and yeah, he was. You know, he's one of the funniest people I've ever known. So we would just get on the phone and just laugh for an hour, and that's what that was. And then 4 days later, he was gone. So that was a real shock. But this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame gig was I don't know, it's a nice vehicle to express some feeling for Garcia.
That hall is built out over Lake Erie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beside.
Is it I.M. Pei who designed it?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's right next to the place we played, which they call in Cleveland the Mistake on the Lake, the big Cleveland stadium that the Indians used to play in. It's a beautiful building, this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I haven't been inside of it. We came from a gig. We played Westbury, Long Island the night before, drove 9 hours to play Cleveland, and drove to Wilkes-Barre the next night. So we didn't see much but the inside.
No wonder you walked in dazed.
Yeah. Take a plane next time, Bruce. They go up, they fly, and you're there in an hour.
I'm going to have to look at this footage and see just how dazed I was.
All right,
I'm going to go back and check this.
Can you play for us a little bit today?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yes, I will.